Yeah, we got a little Corvette project. I'm not working on this one, but I just wanted to try and show a little bit what they're going to do because I couldn't find any information on the internet exactly how to go about doing this. The guy lost it on the highway supposedly, spun around and hit a wall, hit in the rear, and the tub's been mostly removed. That's what we don't know how to do. Got this big tub, and it essentially glues in along here, down these sides, down in this area, and then down the frame rails, and they got a few rivets in it. And then this was something I didn't know. Yeah, I don't even know how to get into this thing. But anyway, these quarter panels just screw on. So I mean, that part of it's pretty simple. But you got all this glued up mess, you got to get it out of there. I mean, it was cracked in so many spots they had to replace it. But this frame rail is like, we don't know if we can even repair it. I know I can't, because you can't get to it. I don't think the lighting's good enough, but it's kinked right in here. There's no access holes from the back side. I mean, that's where all the suspension's at. The rail's actually up in the air. But anyhow, if they end up fixing this, now that we know that we got this major frame damage, the frame guy says he can't fix it. Maybe just pull it down and leave the kink in it. I don't know. But anyhow, I just wanted to show how this was glued in. If we fix it and he gets it trimmed up and ready to go back in, I'll show some more. Just so there's some information out there on YouTube, because I couldn't find anything on these Corvettes. I think this is like a 2007. Okay. This is the old tub, and he's just got it test fitted. I'll have to get a shot of it when he takes it apart. Starts trying to glue shit back together if I can, but I think he's got to work on the gaps a little bit. This thing's kind of it is a pain in the ass. But all this stuff just bolts right on there, no gluing, no nothing. It's just the tub that glues in. So we'll get a shot of that when the time comes. We got some parts off of this. This is this tub that's got to go in here. He's got it bolted down, but it's got to be glued in all along this seam, down these rails. Then there's this top cap that goes across here and all the way around. All the way around, it's got to be glued in. There's this cap. So then that's got to be glued on. I don't know, there's a bunch of brackets and stuff that you got to transfer off the old tub. It's a nightmare. Trying to get a shot when they're gluing it down, shot with this cap, shot with the quarters and stuff going back on. Can't get under there.
We got 4 hours, so.
Got 4 hours, huh?
4 hours, 4 sets. The other side will come up farther, but we won't have them cables. Get the valve pad down here.
You're closing it on it, Ricky.
Huh?
You're closing it on the gun.
Shit's all gotta be gobbed up in there. I don't know, man. Looks like a cluster to me. Yeah, there's a brake cable attached in here somewhere underneath, so they can't like attach it up once the tub's in, I guess.
Want me to hold it up?
Otherwise, they could just set it in after it was all glued. It'd be easier to put the glue in. It's a mess. Hope they get enough in there.
First cabinet down there where the putty is.
Be back when I got more to report. This piece here has to be glued on top of this. And I don't know if I'm going to get to show him gluing it down or not. And then the quarter panels just screw on top of it. It just all screws together. There's all the parts painted, ready to go on. If I'm going to lunch, if he's here when he glues it on, I'll get it. If not, that just glues right down on top of there. It is glued in. What he did, he cut some stir sticks to use as spacers in between the two pieces, because when they took it apart, the glue was a little thicker in between there, and he wanted to kind of keep it the same consistency. So he put spacers in all around it. Then he screwed it down there, and then put the clamps, and now it's got to dry overnight. And I'll try to get some reassembly on the outer panels when he does that. Here's this Corvette. I guess you got to assemble the bumper. The quarter panels all as one piece, kind of like the newer style Volkswagens. And then you just slip it on there and bolt her down. Got that on there. The lift gate, whatever you want to call it, trunk. Then it's got the piece that's going to go in across there. It just screws down. Just screws on there. It's really not much to it. This tub was just a pain in the ass. Of course, once you've done one, the second one would be easier, but hopefully there's not a second one. I'll get a shot of it when it's together, and we'll get this thing up. Ricky, you're on TV, man.
I got hung up over here. It doesn't seem
Yeah, it just sets in there, screws down. That's probably good enough. Maybe good enough for this video. Maybe when he puts that cap on up across there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I just tried to show a little bit of the process in case somebody else has to get into one of these. We had no clue about what we were doing, although I never worked on it. But hey, stay tuned.